Howdy friends, welcome to episode number 79. This is the fourth and final installment of our gym leader rematches. Of course, we are here at the Fighting Dojo, and it is now Saturday evening, so I have gotten appointments to rebattle Claire as well as Faulkner, as you can see, and then a few other gym leaders we've already fought as well. I'm not sure any of these guys will really give us too much of a challenge, but Claire will probably be the most challenging, so let's start with her. You are here, now let's battle. Alright, right to the point. Once again leading with Olive, since Olive did so well against Claire the first time we faced her. So once we beat these four, the only one left to face will be Blue, and since Blue is a little bit stronger than the rest of the trainers, I'll be doing some training overnight to get our Pokemon a little bit higher before we face him. Alright, luckily Olive is a special attacker, so Intimidate doesn't matter, and she is holding the Sharp Beak, so Air Slash should do a lot of damage here. Not a one-shot, but we did get the flinch. So far I have done 6 out of 7 massages from Daisy, so tomorrow is Sunday, which means I should be able to do the last massage on one of our Pokemon, and then she'll give me Blue's number, I can call him, and then tomorrow evening we can actually do our rematch. Alright, so Aerodactyl. Not really a dragon type, but kind of dragon-ish. Obviously Lance has one, and now so does Claire. Kind of surprised, I didn't think she would have an Aerodactyl. But Air Slash is not very effective, so let's go for Aura Sphere. And Aerodactyl is fast, it is a very speedy Pokemon, I think base 130. And of course Rock Slide is super effective, and ironically, Aerodactyl got the flinch there. Taste my own medicine. I even thought about using Air Slash and then Aura Sphere to get the flinch, but I'm glad I didn't because Aerodactyl is faster, so I couldn't have flinched him anyway. And got a lucky crit there. Alright, don't want to bring in Rod because it probably has Aerial Ace or something like that. So Crew would be a good bet, Cherry would not because of air attacks, and Cian would be weak to rock. Leah is a really good bet though, knowing moves that are super effective. Well, I guess Groot does as well. And Aerodactyl should not have any attacks that are super effective against Leah. Going to use Rock Slide, it did hit, 90% accuracy. Let's hope we don't flinch, we didn't, and the Rain Dance should make us faster than Aerodactyl. We'll also make our Surf do even more damage. Probably would have been a one-shot anyway. Aerodactyl does not have the best defenses, but now we'll have more power, against her remaining Pokemon. It is really disappointing that her Aerodactyl is level 52. Like, you think Claire would have had some stronger Pokemon. Especially because they did give Blue stronger Pokemon, or stronger levels. Being the last and best Kanto gym leader, you'd think Claire would have better Pokemon. Being the last and best Johto gym leader. Alright, not sure I want to lock into Outrage quite yet, and I think Ice Beam will be enough, so let's go for it. It's going to be a little bit close. And it is enough. Very nicely done, Leah. So it's funny that even though a couple weeks ago when we first got that massage, or our Pokemon got that massage from Daisy, and I was like, oh, I have to do this 7 times in order to get his number. It seemed like so many, but here we are, I guess, 4 weekends later? 3 weekends later. About to do our 7th one. It actually worked out pretty well, as far as pacing goes. Once again, Dragonite survives. Does it have a Focus Sash? No, it has a Citrus Berry, so just not quite enough damage. Not without the Never Melt Ice. Alright, well, I could lock myself into Outrage, but there's not really a reason to, so Ice Beam it is. Yeah, Safeguard was not the move to use there. Dragon Dance would have been a great move for it to use, especially because Dragonite seems to be her highest level Pokemon. It looks like her Pokemon at the same levels as the battle before. Yep. It's kind of odd too, because Dragonite is really like Lance's signature Pokemon, whereas Kingdra is hers. So here we go, Kingdra versus Kingdra. I think this might be the first time this happened. I'm pretty sure last time Kingdra was actually, or Leah was actually a Seadra. Alright, but Dragon Rage, or Outrage, which is a Dragon type move, will be a one-shot. Super effective. and Charizard. So she has a very similar team to Lance's. Kind of disappointing. I would have hoped she would have had some unique Pokemon like Ampharos or Kangaskhan. Also not really Dragon types, but somewhat similar. I remember in Pokemon Stadium too, she definitely had a more unique team. So Dragon Claw will hurt, but without Stab and being level 52, yeah, not quite enough. So this full restore is actually pretty good for her, because Charizard will likely survive this last outrage, and then Leah will be confused. Alright, well, let's go for Surf. And she has another full restore, so that wasn't smart. Well, it might have been smart. We'll see if the confusion affects Leah or not. And it does. Alright, so still doesn't really matter though. She should have used an attack there. Because, yep, this Surf should be a one-hit knockout. Unlike Outrage, it will be super effective, and I had the Mystic Water. There we go. Nice, easy, clean one-shot. And with that, Claire has been defeated. I lost? I don't believe it. There must be some mistake. Nope, seems like she's been slacking on the training. Hasn't even trained any since the battle in Dragon's Den. Way to go. Now give it your all. Don't worry, we will. We still have 3 more battles left to go. Alright, let's go use some medicine here. We will revive Olive, and then I'll use 2 quick Hyper Potions to get us topped off. And let's see. Let's face Faulkner next. See how his bird Pokemon are shaping up. I hope he does have like a Salamence, but it's probably more like maybe Altaria or something of that caliber. But we shall see. So this is really risky, and I'm sure not very bright, but maybe kind of mean to Cherry even. But Cherry was the one Pokemon who was with us when we fought Faulkner the first time. I don't think Olive had hatched yet, and we hadn't caught Rod or any of the others. So let's see how Cherry matches up against his team. Hi, I've been waiting for you. It's a pleasure to be able to battle you again. Same Faulkner, it's been a very long time. I guess about 2 months? Yeah, almost exactly 2 months. Today is actually Groundhog Day, February 2nd. So we should do these battles like over and over again, but we won't. Oh, Staraptor. Staraptor has Intimidate, so not great. Do I want to switch out? I probably do. So if Cherry wasn't intimidated, then I would let him go for it, but otherwise, just don't want to risk it. Let's bring out Kroot. Don't know if Staraptor has close combat. I think it can learn close combat, but we'll see if his knows it or not. U-turn, okay, also super effective. And now he gets to pick a Pokemon that's good against Kroot. So U-turn is actually a good move, because it would have been good against Cherry as well as Kroot. They're one shared weakness. Pelipper, okay. Now Pelipper can have the hidden ability Drizzle, but not in Gen 4. Drizzle summons rain, just like Sandstorm summons sand. We're probably faster. But I think we can survive even like a Surf, maybe even a Hydro Pump, because of the Sandstorm increasing our special defense, and yeah, level 48, so... Tailwind, okay, well, that's going to cancel out my Rock Polish, because it doubles the speed of his team. Definitely a very good move. Let's use another Rock Polish then to make sure we're still faster. We are faster than Pelipper, but because of the Tailwind, if we had feinted Pelipper, he might have sent out something else that was faster than us, like a Pidgeot. So we will have to take a Surf, so maybe we should have taken a move from Pidgeot as opposed to Surf from Pelipper, but being such a lower level and being not the strongest Pokemon, it didn't really do that much damage. Alright, let's go for the Stone Edge, and luckily it hit. Otherwise, we might have been in trouble, because with Life Orb damage plus another Surf, that could have come very close to taking out Kroot. Oh, Tailwind must not last as long this generation? That wasn't very long at all. So now we are super fast, Raptor is back, and Intimidate will actually affect Crude, so well done Faulkner. We are now at -1 attack stat, but Stone Edge is still a very powerful attack coming from a very powerful Pokemon, and it does get super effective damage bonus and same type of attack bonus. Still a pretty clean knockout. Although, thanks to that Surf, that Life Orb will add up. Might have to, So what I don't want to happen here is, to get knocked out by Life Orb and not get any XP. I'm always cautious about getting my well-earned experience points. Alright, didn't do too much damage from Life Orb recoil. Honchkrow, a dark and flying type. Somewhat strong, but oh, our first miss. Thunder Wave, okay, all of our speed boosts will be for naught now, so that's actually a pretty good move in this scenario. Crude's speed is now quartered, so he would need at least one more Rock Polish to be faster. And even that might not do it. And we can only use one more Rock Polish because, oh, we are faster. Well, I'm wrong, okay. Guess Honchkrow is not that fast. And because it has Thunder Wave, it must have had to give up a attacking move. Only, of course, having 4 slots, so it apparently does not have any good moves to use against a Tyranitar. But we are paralyzed. Alright, so now if I use a move... That's annoying. If I do manage to knock out Honchkrow, nobody will get any experience because Life Orb damage will knock out Crude. So I'm gonna go for Rock Polish and just let Honchkrow win this one, just to get a free switch in. But you did a good job, Crude. Took out a number of Faulkner's Pokemon. And if it wasn't for bad luck, we would have taken away even a few more. Alright. So, let's see how Cherry does against Honchkrow. I'm sure it does have a flying type attack, but it should take a decent amount of damage from Body Slam. And maybe we'll get lucky and paralyze Honchkrow in return. Okay. So, Meganium is not really the best Pokemon to paralyze. It doesn't really care that much, but I guess Cherry was faster than Honchkrow, so in this case it might have made a difference. As long as we can get in one more Body Slam, we should be fine here. So it has Night Slash and Dark Pulse. Yeah, not a fan of giving it 2 moves with the same type. Would have been better to have a coverage move like, say, U-Turn. Which I'm pretty sure Honchkrow can learn. Alright, a little more Sandstorm damage there. Note to self, do not use Synthesis. So it seems like he has mainly normal and flying types. Pretty boring Pokemon, actually. It's too bad I forgot to call Faulkner last Saturday, because he would have been a nice, easy one to defeat. Paralyzed. And I can't use Synthesis because of the weather, so... At least Cherry managed to defeat Honchkrow and got some XP there. Yep, this Air Slash will be the end of Cherry. At least until we use a Revive or visit the Pokemon Center. On the bright side, Noctowl will take a little more Sandstorm damage. Okay, who should we bring in here? Let's bring in Rod. Because I think Rod will be faster, and close combat should be enough to finish off Noctowl. Although actually Noctowl is fairly bulky for a bird Pokemon. I think it's more bulky on the special defensive side. Apparently it was not bulky enough on the defensive side. Alright, and his last one is going to be Pidgeot. Now Pidgeot might be faster, so this could be bad, but at least we got Rod some experience, and hey, at least it'll make things a little bit more interesting. The wind is finally with us. I don't know if close combat will be a one-shot on Pidgeot. Let's see, if it's base 120 power, stab is 180, plus... Actually, I don't have the Black Belt, I have the Expert Belt, so in that case Stone Edge will do more, but it might miss. Let's go for it. It did not miss, nice. Now, will it be a one-shot? I think it will be. It does get the 10% damage boost from Expert Belt for being super effective, and it was. Very nice, Rod. Alright, And now 2 gym leaders have been defeated. I understand. I'll bow out gracefully. It's still a long way to become the best trainer. Yep, a very long way indeed. What's up, Ian? Good evening, Joe. It's me, Ian. Were you awake? Lately, I've been wanting to battle you again. What do you say? Sure, Route 34. I'll battle him at some point, possibly to train up, but for now, let's heal our Pokemon, and then we will have to battle Pryce and Jasmine. Probably battle Pryce first, because Ice Pokemon are not that strong defensively. So I imagine, even though there can be some pretty strong Ice Pokemon, like Mamoswine, for example, which I really hope he has, it'll be so disappointing if he doesn't. I do think it'll be a pretty easy battle. Whereas Jasmine could have like a Metagross or a Sizer. Could be some pretty strong Pokemon. Although I think Bugsy had Sizer, right? So maybe she won't have that. Alright, let's start with Rod against Pryce. Since Rod is fighting type and will do very well against ice types and is not weak to ice or ground in case he brings out Mamoswine. I was looking recently and I realized that we actually have more episodes of Heartgold than my 2 other Pokemon Let's Plays combined. Probably than my 2 other Let's Plays and my Pokemon White Gym Leader and Elite Four match videos. Finally, no need for words. A Pokemon battle is the way for us to communicate. Alright, let's do it. Joe versus Pryce, the rematch. So it's pretty cool that Heartgold is such a long game, and I'm glad too. I've had a lot of fun playing this, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed watching. So he is leading with a Bomb of Snow. It's smart, because the Bomb of Snow has the ability Snow Warning, which brings the Hail condition. Again, very similar to Sandstream, which Tyranitar has. So Grass and Ice. So it is weak to 3 of my moves. We will go with... Let's go with Close Combat. My strategy here is going to be just to not allow Rod to get attacked at all. We'll just try to do a lot of damage with some Close Combats, or if we have to, a different move. I could use Mega Horn there because it's sort of been super effective and gotten stabbed, but I'm just afraid of missing and getting like a Blizzard. One cool thing about Hail is that the move Blizzard will always hit in Hail. Alright, Dugong. Just like before, Dugong is pretty bulky. It is weak to Close Combat and Stone Edge, but of course Close Combat has better accuracy and stab. Should be another pretty easy knockout. Dugong I think has a pretty high HP stat, but not that great. I remember I trained up a Dugong in Pokemon Go because I really like the Pokemon and I couldn't catch a Lapras for the life of me, so I figured, you know what, I'm going to just train a Dugong, they're still pretty good, and it was really useful back when training was a thing. But not so much anymore. Once they did the stat rebalance, Dugong did not shake out well. Alright, Glalie is a pure Ice-type Pokemon. I think Ash actually has a Glalie in some of the later series. I don't really remember that, but I read that online somewhere. Again, not a Pokemon you'd really think of Ash as having. Kind of based on like a ski mask. And Frostlass, also part of the Glalie family. So, being Ghost-type, Close Combat will not work here. But Stone Edge should still be super effective, and Frostlass is also very fast, as you can see. Base speed of, I think, 100. So, I think its special attack is only 80, though. So this probably won't... Well, we do have the defense drops, or the special defense drops. And because that missed, that'll probably be it for Rod. Let's go for it. Ice Shard. Ice Shard is the priority version, or the ice version of Quick Attack. It is a priority move. Alright, well, Rod did a pretty good job. I'm kind of glad it wasn't a clean sweep. That would have been a little boring. It's really nice that Pryce has Glalie, or has Frostlass for situations like this. Aura Sphere will also not be good, so let's bring out a Fire type. And you know what? Let's go ahead and get rid of that Hail. And bring on the Sun. That's very appropriate right now for the real world, because right now it's February, and very cold outside, I wouldn't mind some less snow and hail and a little bit more sun. Alright, we are confused, but let's go for Flamethrower. And we have success. And this should be a pretty clean knockout. Actually, you know what? I think Frostless might have... I can't remember. It might be 100 base speed and 80 everything else, or it might... Yeah, I want to say it has 100 and... actually, it might be like 110. I think it's actually really fast. There's his best, Mamoswine, but luckily it is weak to Flamethrower, and in the sun, this should be a one-shot. And we're not confused anymore. Poor Mamoswine. It's actually a really good, really tough Pokemon. One of the ones I was actually very seriously considering training for this Let's Play, but in the end I decided that its move pool just wasn't quite good enough. Base speed of 82, which is more than you would think it would be. So for Frostlass, I always think of Flygon, who has, I think, 100 attack, 100 speed, and 80 for the rest of their stats. Pretty balanced. You are quite the trainer. You too, Pryce. So, Walrein is kind of like Lapras or Dugong. It's water and ice, so let's use Solar Beam. But unlike Flygon, who has 80 in an attacking stat, and 100 in attacking stat, 100 in speed, and 80 in everything else, Frostlass has, I think, 110 in speed, and just 80 in everything else, which is okay, but not really that great. Especially for its 2 attacking stats. Even though Frostless has a pretty good move pool, it really could use better stats overall. I actually was considering, and maybe am considering, training a Frostlass in our Platinum Let's Play, but I switched it out for a different Pokemon, so we'll see. But alright, let's go ahead and use some more items here. And then we will end the episode by facing off against Jasmine. We can probably keep Rod out for Jasmine. Although, you know what? Let's bring out Cian, because I remember Cian did a really good job against her team the first time. Let's see if we can do just as well in round 2. I'm going to burn some of these fresh waters here. A couple of them should do the trick. Everybody else is at max health. Very nice. Alright, Cian, you are up. Jasmine. We're here as we promised. Are you prepared? I think I am. Question is, are you prepared? So yeah, I have to wait till tomorrow to face Blue, which is good because that'll give me some time, hopefully like tomorrow morning, to do some training. Oh, she does have a Metagross, but it's such a low level. That's so disappointing. It also looks really small there. It's kind of a shame. Metagross's sprite should be bigger in my opinion. Let's go for Sunny Day just to set up a nice condition. Even though I could go easy to make this more interesting, let's just go for it. Meteor Mash is a steel attack. It's Metagross's signature move. But yeah, not very effective against a fire type. Surprised Metagross doesn't know like Earthquake. Or even like Rock Slide. I don't know if it can learn Stone Edge, but I know it can learn Rock Slide. Now this should be a one-hit knockout. Unlike Bronzong, which has the same type as Metagross. Metagross cannot have the ability Heat Proof. It has the ability Clear Body. I don't remember what its hidden ability is, if it gets one. Its Mega Evolution has Tough Claws, which improves the power of its contact moves by 30%. Okay, so Empoleon is a Steel and Water type, a very good type combination. Weak to Fighting and Ground and Electric, but resistant to quite a number of other attacks. Flamethrower and Solar Beam are both even against it, but Thunderbolt will still be super effective. Will it survive a Thunderbolt? It's gonna be close. Not quite. And Hydro Pump, but it missed. So I would say we were lucky there, but in the sunlight, even the Hydro Pump would not have done that much damage. It probably would have taken Cian down to maybe, I don't know, maybe like an eighth of its HP left. But yeah, it would not have been a knockout, I'm pretty sure. Although Empoleon does have a pretty good special attack stat, so would have been interesting to see. But that miss really is going to affect Jasmine quite a bit. On the bright side, by using her full restore, on the bright side, no pun intended, for her, she did waste another turn of my sunny day of the harsh sunlight. It looks like Cian will be our first level 65 Pokemon. Very nice. It's funny how I'm kind of like rooting for the gym leaders just because I want these to be more interesting battles. And the sunlight has faded. Okay, so we use Sun against 2 Pokemon. I'm glad I put it up because it would have made a difference against Empoleon for sure. I'm not going to take a risk by using Sunny Day here because obviously Steelix could strike back with like a super effective Earthquake, which could stab, and that might knock out Cian. So, critical hit. Don't think we needed that. Steelix is pretty low special defense, as we know from using our own Steelix, but it's a shame we couldn't have traded her for Steelix first. Okay, so Skarmory, not surprised. That's a very good Pokemon for her to have. I'm actually surprised she didn't have Skarmory in Generation 2, because it's Gen 2 Pokemon, it's Steel type, she's Steel type. Would have made more sense for her to have like Skarmory Magnemite Steelix than Magnemite Steelix, but maybe they thought that would make her too tough? Not really sure. I'm guessing Magnezone, nice. I was hoping she would have a Magnezone and not just a Magneton. But Magnezone is also weak to fire, unfortunately for her, so I imagine this will be a one-hit knockout. Magnezone is strong, but so is Magmortar. Yep. Both Generation 4 evolutions of Generation 1 Pokemon. Magnezone is cool. Hey, there's Bronzong. Speak of the devil. Only level 50 though. Properly tempered steel won't be made rusty by things like this. Most Bronzong have Levitate though, not Heat Proof, because it's arguably the better ability, so we'll see what this one has. And even if it doesn't faint, it probably won't be able to do too much back to Cian. I don't know, oh, Hypnosis, that was a good move. Good try, Jasmine, but not good enough. Going to use a 4 restore, but it really won't matter here. So the cool thing about Magnezone is its ability Magnet Pull. At least I think that's what it's called, where you can't switch out a Steel type when it's facing a Magnezone. So it was really good for trapping Steel Pokemon, taking them out with a move like Thunderbolt, and then your Dragon Pokemon would have a free chance to sweep because back in this generation, only Steel resisted Dragon type attacks. So Magnezone plus like a Garchomp or a Dragonite or a Latios was a really good combination. A lot of Steel types ended up holding like what's it called? I think Shed Shell is what it's called, or whatever item lets you switch out even when other things wouldn't let you switch out normally. Alright, so we have burned through a lot of Flamethrower PP, no pun intended, although maybe in my subconscious somewhere, a little part of me that makes up puns was thinking about that. But anyway, that is the last gym leader we'll be facing today. True to your reputation. Alright, so Blue, I looked up a while ago, his Pokemon are around, I think they're 62 to 72. So I'll play, or sorry, 67 to 72. So I'll probably train up my team. I was going to train them up to 68, but now I'm thinking more like 66 or 67 should be an even match. So I will do that, and then I will get the last massage from Daisy, and get Blue's phone number, call Blue, and have things ready to go. So when you guys come back next episode, we will face Blue in a rematch. That should be a really fun battle. Again, one of our toughest yet, and hopefully one of the most fun yet. And after that, we do have another legendary to catch, which should also be a lot of fun. Hopefully they'll be a little bit easier to catch than Moltres, but they are a very high level, so we shall see. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed our gym leader rematches, and I will see you soon for our battle against Blue.